Hello everybody, it's Phil the Miniature Model Maker and welcome back Stillmaniacs. I have for you today my weekly progress report for Stillmania Sept'ember project. For those of you who have seen the previous video, it's the 2000 point Stillmania video and the Stillmania September video where I talk about what specifically I'm going to be working on this month, and then how all of that fits into my 2000 point list. And I had promised weekly updates for everybody, so here we go. This week I got less done than I had wanted to, but more than I expected, given that I still had build guides for the Gundam artifacts to do. So, and in the amount the amount of body work required to get some of these things prepped and ready was took a surprising amount of time. So let's start with the body work. Um, I went through and etched out a lot of these panel lines. I find that even though GW does a really good job of making um, recessed details on their models after building, especially things like these piranhas and the devilfish, the tank chassis, you get glue in places and there's a lot of misalignment. And if you don't care and you just want to get your models on the table, cool, you don't have to worry about it. I am a bit more particular when it comes to my models, so I like to take an etching tool, go through, scribe out, deepen, and enhance some of these details, and get my body smooth. So that took a surprising amount of time to get these two piranhas details and body work done. But when you look at it, you can, well, there's still some prime crimes we'll have to fix. But it's much better than before. Same, same thing with the devilfish. Getting all this done. This will be ready to prime here very soon. I am trying to, for the most part, stick to Commander Dawntide's detachment for my painting right now. But when you'll see here when it comes to priming and base coating, if I've got primer going, I'll prime some of these other things, and if I've got the base coat going, I'll base coat other things while I'm at it, just to save some paint and save some time. So after doing the body work, I got primer on these guys, and these guys. So these are the Pathfinders. Here. Some of these had already been primed. I got the base coats on them. And then got the Dryad bark undercoat on all of these. But they are in the other detachment. So they're not going to be worked on. We're going to put them off to the side. But they still count because they're progress. And I got this squad of Fire Warriors base coated. I blocked out all of the greens first with a layer of Nocturne green, and then sponge highlight Lorne Forest green over it, and I'm pretty happy with that. It took more steps than I had anticipated, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I got the full squad greened up. Some of these got a little bit more detail on them. Same thing with the Pathfinders. Got them done. But I think they're also in a different detachment. So they're going away. But this was learning, this was progress on skills, because I haven't done much in the way of sponge painting on these tau before, and learning the method, how to most effectively get the highlights I want for the army painting. Um, got my method down, got the workflow down, and that was pretty significant. And that'll save some time going forward. Got the stealth suits greened up. I'm really happy with this. At first, I thought, yeah, no, that's not going to work out so well. But after a couple layers of the Lorne Forest green, it came out great. I'm very happy with the way that color works. Because originally I had intended to just use the lighter green as a highlight, but putting that over the green base and using the Lorne Forest green as the main color, I think is working out better than I expected, and it's a happy accident. So I'm very very pleased with that. Now I've got to figure out what secondary colors to use. I'll keep some of the brown, but should I use a gray? Should I use a black? I'm not sure. I'll probably next step be going through and covering all these little gribblies and belts and things in black. Definitely going to be going through and with a brush and cleaning up the browns where all the sponge got overcoated. Let's get those cleaned up, and once that's done, I gotta think about maybe a highlight color for that. And I also want to think about what color I should be painting these rifles. Originally it was the brown here and green up here, and I kind of like the look of it, but it does make a fairly monotonous color, and I want a little bit more visual interest. So if you have any ideas in the comments below, go ahead and put that down. Maybe a gray, something tactical is not quite the right word. I don't want to go color contrast like reds or things. I want to keep the theme, the color palette fairly limited, but that green on green on green does make a fairly monotonous look. And it was great for getting that speed painting done, the earlier project, but now I want to really finalize it and make it done and put them down. Once I'm done with them, I'm done with them. The other things I got all the ethereal, the two broadsides, and commander base coat, undercoated with the brown, and that's looking pretty good. So these guys are about ready to get their greens and start on that. Anything else that I did this week? Got the primer on the basing. That's just a little step, but it counts for a lot. And yeah, that's about it. So fair overall, as far as the army is concerned, I got a fair bit of progress done for the week, and I'm pleased with that. Even if for this detachment, it doesn't show much progress. The foundations are done. Oh yeah, and I got my barrels drilled out. Found that this etching tool is so much better than my drills. Another happy accident with that. So there we are. And if you would like to see a video on how I use scribing tools to enhance the details on these kits, let me know in the comments below. I'll be happy to do that. I'll need to do some on probably one of the devilfish, or maybe I'll use a piranha to do that well. But let me know. This is a surprisingly useful tool. So there we go, folks. Nice short update of this week's progress, and next week's project is going to be getting the greens on these, putting missiles on these guys, getting them primed and undercoated, possibly even getting greens on them. We'll see how much time I have, but we're in pretty good shape. And Max says hello. He's always here with us. Our miniature model maker mascot Mecha. He got a little bit of a touch up too over on Twitch. So that is that. Oh yeah. Before I go, a little update of what else is going on. So I just got a thing of the black cyanoacrylate, and I'm looking forward to using that on one of the artifacts. So I think this is pretty popular for building the artifacts rather than using the Tamiya cement, because it does have some gap filling properties. So look forward to a comparison of which is, well, better. They're not better, but a little comparison and discussion of using Tamiya extra thin versus cyanoacrylate, specifically the black, on Gundam artifacts, and some continued work on the detail build of the Double Zeta Gundam. That's what I'm going to be working on this week. I hope you all are enjoying your Stillmania September, are really delving into the building and painting and focusing and lore of your armies or your models, and are just doing great. Thank you very much for your time. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, comment, of course, comment. I'll be happy to talk with you guys about this. And I have been Phil the Miniature Model Maker. Remember that this is a hobby. If it doesn't bring joy, don't do it. Be good to yourselves, okay? Bye-bye.